Hi, I'm Mr. Haydon and I'm one of the teachers of philosophy. Philosophy is the study of ideas. It's the exploration of some of the most significant questions us as humans have asked about ourselves and the world around us. To this end, philosophy studies ideas from a diverse range of subjects, from biology to law to politics to history to psychology, to name but a few. And in philosophy, we seek to understand how philosophers through the centuries have tried to answer some of these most central questions to our existence as human beings. In the Philosophy A-level course, we look at 4 such questions. The first one being, what is good and bad? This is moral philosophy. It's a study of what is right and wrong. How do we decide what actions are moral or immoral? And is there even such a concept that we can all agree on that is right or wrong? And we look at some of the key ethical theories developed through the centuries, and we look to apply these to issues such as stealing or eating animals. The second question we look at in philosophy is, how do we know what we know? And what we know, is it true? And this is the area of epistemology. It's the study of knowledge. It's the exploration of how we gain knowledge and how can we be sure that that knowledge we've gained is reliable. So, for example, if we gain knowledge through our senses, our sight, for example, how can we be sure that what we're seeing is really there when sometimes our senses can trick us? The third question we explore in Philosophy A-level is there a God? And this is the philosophy of religion. And it is looking at that age-old question that humans have been debating for centuries about whether a higher power exists in the universe. And we look at some of the classical arguments put forward to defend the belief in God as a rational belief. And we then look at how others seek to expose the weaknesses in those arguments and come to our own conclusions. The final question we look at in Philosophy A-level is, am I just a body? And this is the area of philosophy of mind. And it's looking at how we understand ourselves and our identity, our emotions, our consciousness, our personality, our memories, our experiences, all of those things that we most closely associate with ourselves. Are they simply a product of the physical brain, that when our physical body dies, we'll die with them? Or is it perhaps a product of something else, something non-physical, some kind of mind or soul that is potentially, possibly able to survive death? One of the things I enjoy most about teaching philosophy is the room it gives for student debate. In fact, in order to understand and develop the skills necessary in philosophy, we have to create plenty of opportunities within class, within the class, to have debate and discussion. And we think that this is a really engaging part of the course, and it's a reason why both we as teachers really enjoy teaching it, and also why students really enjoy learning philosophy. We also seek to link and embed the theories that we're looking at, sometimes which are thousands of years old, into contemporary real-life examples. So, for example, when we do moral philosophy and we look at the work of Aristotle and virtue ethics, this is a theory that is thousands of years old, but then we look to apply it to a very contemporary issue, such as, is it okay to kill even in a video game? Many students who choose to study A-level philosophy gain a real love and passion for the subject and then go on to study it at university. And in recent years, we've had students go on to some great universities such as King's College in London and Nottingham, to name a couple. But whatever subject students choose to go on and study at university, the philosophy students from past years have found it really valuable, the skills and the knowledge they've developed on the course, for whatever they choose to go on and study in the future. The skills that you develop through studying philosophy are really valuable in a range of different future pathways you might choose. Firstly, you develop the skill of inquiry to be able to ask insightful questions and to have a mindset that is keen to not just accept things at face value, but to inquire beyond that and look beyond the surface. The second skill you develop is to be able to analyze. This means to explore something, a theory, in depth, in detail, and then be able to break that into parts and to be able to explain it logically. The third skill you develop through studying philosophy is the ability to evaluate, to be able to identify the strengths and weaknesses in a theory and to be able to weigh up those strengths and weaknesses. And then that leads to a fourth skill, which is then the ability to draw your own conclusions, to be able to come to your own justified arguments, to be able to suggest reasons for why you think your view is the most plausible or strongest viewpoint. And then finally, it gives you the skill to be able to articulate your views clearly and concisely, both verbally and through your written work. And these skills are really valuable for a range of different pathways, whether that be journalism, law, politics, or education, to name a few.